In today's eMoney tip of the week, I'm going to show you how to illustrate longevity risk. This is a relatively new feature inside of eMoney, and it's one of my favorite features. And so when you come here, you're going to go under plans. And this is assuming you've already built out a plan. This is assuming you're showing a client Decision Center Monte Carlo. It's just another way to show Monte Carlo. So we're going to go under Decision Center. We're going to leave it for this particular scenario under Base Facts. And we're going to click here to Monte Carlo. And instead of asset spread or Monte Carlo summary, we're going to go to longevity risk. Well, let me explain what this tool is first before I click on it. Typically, if you've seen any of my other videos where I explain to you how I use Decision Center, we love to be the Monte Carlo summary. We want it to be where clients can see it green, yellow, and red, and it's bright in their face. We don't need an asset spread or getting into the weeds too much. But what does 88% probability of success mean? And we love to have this conversation about the weathermen. You know, we all think they're wrong. But when they say 65% chance of rain, that means in 65% of all scenarios that were exactly the same that it rained. It doesn't mean it's going to happen or not. Just because it's 95% is not a guarantee. Even 100% probability of success is 100% of probabilities given the environment that we've tested on. That doesn't make sense to a lot of clients. And sometimes clients get derailed and they don't understand what could cause their plan to get derailed. That's what Decision Center is all about. Decision Center's Mr. and Mrs. Client, if you make this decision, it's going to lower the probabilities. What we like about longevity is it allows people to think about this from a different point of view. So there's really two parts of this longevity one. So we're going to go here and we're going to click on longevity risk. So the first part, and why a lot of clients like to use this, or a lot of advisors like to use this, is a confidence age. So what does confidence age mean? So instead of saying, Mr. and Mrs. Client, you're at 82%, you're at 85%, you're at 90%, which doesn't seem to make sense. What age can you confidently not run out of assets? So instead of saying a probability of success, say a confidence age, Mr. and Mrs. Client, you have a confidence age of 95. Let's kind of test this. So I had one built out earlier with a lower, this went down to 80%. And so now you can see their confidence age went down to 93 or 92. So it's a really easy way to say to a client, you know, this is the age of which you have a good probability, not a guarantee, but a good probability of not running out of your assets. So it's giving the same exact information, but it tends to make more sense to a lot of clients. If it makes more sense, they understand it, guess what? They're probably going to implement their plan better. And that's really what all this is about. Financial planning is only as great as the implementation strategy the clients actually implement. So the second part of this, and what we really love to use this for, is having a conversation about how longevity impacts their plan. And so what eMoney's done here, which I think is just fantastic, is one, what's the likelihood of both clients living to this age? And so if we scroll down here, this is a younger couple, you'll see there's only a 28% chance that they live to be 92 and 91. People don't realize that. First off, the reaction you get is, wow, it's that high? I don't even think there's any chance. But this is the key here. And understanding why second to die life insurance is different than a two single life life insurance policies. It's this concept here of how math works. So the probabilities of one of them living to that age is 79%. So this allows us to have this conversation about, hey, you're probably going to live longer than you think, and we really have to plan for somebody living that long. But the beauty of what eMoney did here is they put the probability of success for the Monte Carlo at that age. So for example, them living to 2029, which is age 49 and 48, there's 100% of probability they never ran out of assets. And what you can start to say here is the first time you have a 1% chance of not making it. In all scenarios where we ran Mr. and Mrs. Client in Monte Carlo was age 69 and 68. And you can start to see when this drops off and how longevity does become an issue at a certain point in time. It is a great conversation piece to have with clients. It will make them think differently about their plan, it will make them understand their plan more, and hopefully have a higher probability of success of implementing their plan. We hope this tip helped educate and empower you to do more plans for your clients so that you can impact more lives through financial planning. If you have some great tips we don't know about, we'd love to hear about them. If you have a better way of doing what we just showed you, we'd love to hear about that, because we are a noble profession, and together we can elevate the profession.